very good morning to all of you. Myself Rupak Kumar. I am Assistant Professor in Information Technology Department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we are going to know about the most popular programming language, that is what the Python. So today we know an introductions to Python programming language, which is most popular amongst all the programmer nowadays. So first we come on definitions and scope. So Python, we can say it is a most popular and it is an interpreted object oriented high level programming language. We can say what is interpreted. Interpreted means when we compile, when we start our program, so there is a two types of compilers there. One is interpreter type, another is your compile type. So it is the interpreted programming language in which it compiles the line by line. When we write a program, numbers of code, then it compiles from start one line, then another line, and when there is any error, they reflect at that time only. So it is a line by line interpreted compiler, and it is also an object oriented features with object oriented features and high level programming language. High level means that is what it is nearer to human, means it is not that which nearer to machine, that is the machine level language. It's very nearer to human, means it's an English some language. As we write and read in English, that is what the programming is, higher level programming language. And it is with a dynamic semantics developed by a Guido van Rossum. He was an scientist, and they released this programming language, that is what the Python, originally in 1991, and designed to be an easy as well as a fun. And the name Python is taken from, and they just inspired from a comedy circus, that is what we can say Monty Python. And that comedy circus, there is some Python keyword is there, so they inspired that from that comedy groups, and that so they give the name of this programming language Python. So we can say it is the one of the top programming language in 2024. It's on top level, and it's opened the door to a multiple career opportunity. So nowadays it's a very popular, and it is open for the many multiple career opportunity, and that includes it may be a web based or it may be app based. In both it is very popular, and the development of that web based program or as well as application program is very easy with the help of Python programming language. It is also used in a field of data engineering, we can say, game development, IoT, Internet of Things development, data science, product management, and many more. There is many applications of this programming language in industries as well as in many companies where they presently using this programming language. We'll see it in next slide. Actually, first come to the history of this Python programming language. Python was introduced by Guido van Rossum, as we earlier discussed, that they start working on this programming language since 1970s, and they introduced this programming language around 1989. And the first version of Python was released in around 1991. Means when they start the first version of Python around 1991. After that, the improvement is on, because as it is a open source also, and the first 1.0 version, the 1.0 version of this programming language was released since 1994. And the new features in that 1.0 programming language is that Python 1.0 is which used a map, used the filters, and lambda is also introduced in the 1.0 programming language. Something map, filters, and lambda is used. Next, we can say next version of the Python was released around 2004, and that was the Python 2.6. This version was released around 19 not it's around 2004. It's around 2004, and that was the 2.x, 2.1 and something, and so on. Also added some more features, which we can say it's maybe a comparisons, it may be there is some garbage collection system that was not in 1.0, and this was introduced in 2.0 Python. Next is your around 2000x, that after Python 2.x, around 2008 they introduced the next and latest version of the Python was 3.x. 3.x is now it's around 3.8 or something is in market. So you can download the latest version of this Python, that is 3.x, from the python.org. There is a site. python.org. It's a open source. You do not have to pay for this, and this open source they just go we can just go for this site and download the latest version. They not deleted the oldest version also. You may download oldest version, but it is relevant to download latest version of this Python programming. Next, why we study or why it is popular? Because Python programming is very popular amongst the programmers nowadays, because it's a very easy programming language. Means their syntax and semantics is very easy. It's a simple programming language, and there is no any typical keywords in this programming language. So it's a very popular and it's a very easy programming language. Next, we can say it also contains very large community supported, as it is an open source, so anyone can access their code, anyone can use their code, anyone can update their codes, and that's why it has a very large community around this world. And there also supported library is much more. Means Pythons have many library files. If you are using a machine learning, there is a NumPy, and others, there is a many more program library used for a different programming fields. Next, we can say the free and open source. As we discussed earlier, that it is a very free open source programming language, and that's why also it is very popular among programmer. So you can download it from its site very easily. Next is your applications on a desktop or a mobile. Its application is, it can be used for desktop version applications as well as mobile version application. In both, we are using this programming language. If you want to develop the applications of your desktop, then also it is very easy and it is very relevant to use. Or either you are using or you are making a mobile applications in Android and other version, so it is very relevant to use the Python programming language. What is the key features of Python? Basically, the key features of Python is that it's a very simple programming language. We can say it's a very simple programming language, and this is what the main key feature, that it is a simplest programming language among the today's popular programming language. So it's in top in 2024 top used programming language. And the another important things or makes its key feature best, that is what it's a open source, means it's a free to all. So that's why it is also an important key features of this programming language. Next is object oriented. As other programming language, other popular programming language is popular due to that object oriented features in it. So Python is also famous due to its object oriented feature in this programming development environment. Next is your interpreted I already discussed that interpreter means it use interpreter compilations to compile the program, means it's use line by line compilation of program. So it is an interpreted, and that make it very fast, as interpreter programmings are faster than compilation, because this interpreted programming language can be check their error at the when we write the program in a line. It's line by line checking. Next is your portability. It's very portable. It's very easy to download. It's very easy to run and install in your system. So it is very portable programming language amongst the most popular programming language nowadays. So it's a popular programming language, we can say. So popularity is that portability is that it's a very popularity is that it's a very portability is that it's very portable as you can download it in a minutes to your system, and you can run it within a minute and start doing programmers. And it also support many IDEs like PyCharm, Anaconda, and many more. So you can also install along with that. Next, where Python used in the industries. If we are talking about the industry's point of view, the Python is already used by many of the giant companies like Google's, Dropbox, Netflix, and many more. We can say the Python programming language is used by Google to make, as Google is popular among its search engine. That's why they use that Python programming language to better search results, and that are provides based on the ranking on the website and much more. So for the ranking of this Python programming, they use ranking of this Google search, they use Python programming, and it make its website most popular among the others. So it's a better search, give the better search result than other, and it provides a ranking of this website in a top level. Next is your Dropbox. Dropbox is also popular, we can say, storage nowadays. So the server and the client applications are coded using the Python. So their servers, they using Dropbox using the server, that is what coded in a Python, we can say. And also their clients, and means their client server architecture, or clients are using the Python Dropbox. So the client server architectures is designed and developed in Python programming by Dropbox. Next we can say Netflix. Netflix is also most popular shows nowadays, we can say. So in a Netflix, they using machine learning, as machine learning is also developed in a Python, and machine learning is used to cluster using best of their interest. Means the it collect the public interest with the help of machine learning, and they make this Netflix most popular based on their interest, and they shows and retains from the for longer. They want to retain their viewers more longer, and that's why they try to use the machine learning, and in machine learning they use the Python programming. So Netflix is also in a Python, using Python. Next is your, we can say, National Security Agency, NCA. NCA in a United States America, they are also using Python programming for cyber security analysis and other encryptions and decryption works using Python. So as most secure agency, we can say, around the world, that is what the United America's National Security Agency, they are also using cyber security analysis and other encryptions and decryption work that is done using Python only. So it's a very popular around the world. Next, BitTorrent. BitTorrent is the largest file transferring site, we can say, and they are also using Python. So transfer of files between peer-to-peer, which started out as a normal Python files. So we can say the BitTorrent is also using Python to transferring their files amongst the public or people. Next and last, last but not the least, that is what the NASA is also using scientific calculators to calculate the typical mathematical calculations, and that they are also using for the same, they are using the Python programming. So scientific calculations are computed using Python at NASA, we can say. Next, what should be the career opportunity with Python, we can say. So the career opportunity with Python, we can start with a web development, which is popular nowadays. So for web development, we can say we can use Django, and for game development, we are using Python's programming. For big data nowadays it's very popular, because as we are generating many data, means trillions or billions of petabyte data per day, per minute, per hour, and that is what we are using. The next technology is that what big data, we are working on the big data, that huge amount of data we have generating nowadays, and that big data is also using Python, and that's they are using Python for their development. Next is your web testing. For the web testing, we can make our career on web testing, and in that we must using that Python technology only, Python programming only. Next and important, nowadays most popular, AI or data science, artificial intelligence or data science is also using the Pythons. So you can see your career opportunity, we can see our career opportunity in AI, artificial intelligence, as well as data science. So, and next, last but not least, that is what the smart device. So smart device like IoT is the one of the popular smart device nowadays, and in that we can say, if you want to career on that IoT, you must know the Python technology only. Now, if we talk about something around the in the Pythons, so then we can say we have some variables. How it's easy to read and write the variables in Python, we can see a variable is created as soon as we assign a value in it, and it does not need any commands like other programming language. Means we do not have to define the same. Means if you are writing some variables like, if you are writing some variables like x equal to 100, so we do not need to define it is a integer type, or it is a character type, or whatever it is, because in other programming we must define this before using this, but it's already automatic defined when we run the program, when we write x equal to 100 and y is equal to a kgc. So we do not we need not to define that it is an integer or it is a character, so it is a string. So we can print x, then it print that x value, and print y, it may print y value. So this is what how variables is used. If we define x equal to 50 and x equal to 20, and then we can see that after printing x plus y, they just add these two integers. They are not taking as a string or something. So this is how easy it is as we can use programming as a Python programmers. Next, data types. As all programming language have some data types, so here is also data types in a Python, but we can say all the data types in a Pythons is like same other programming language, but there is something different, some additional data types in a Pythons. Number is one of the data types. Next, string is another data types. List is also a data types in a Python. Dictionary, tuples, and set. So these are the some of the major data types which we are using in a Python regularly. Next, first come, what is number? Basically, number is nothing. It's a fundamental data types that representing and manipulating the numericals value. It uses numerical value means the three main forms of the Python numbers in a Python is that one is that integer we can say this is what the 70, it's integer. Next we can say we can have a floating value like 7.5 and we can have a complex value that 7i 5j like that. So in a Python we can say all the three types of numbers are used. Clear? Next is your list, a data structures in a Python, and that is what we can say list is a data structure which is mutable data structures, means we can change when we need, we can change the items of the list, or you can say it is an ordered sequence of elements. It's a ordered sequence of elements. Examples that if we take a list of fruits, it may be apple, kiwi or banana, and as it is mutable we can change anyone anytime. Next types of data types, that is what dictionary. Dictionary is the data type, that is what we can say it is a mutable data structures and that allow you to store key value pairs. In a dictionary they are not a single, it's a paired values is there, means if we have a reptiles we can say, and that is what related with snakes. Snakes is a reptiles, so there is a key and values of that. Key is that reptiles and we have a values like snake. Next, reptiles is a key and we can say snake is a value. Like that mammals and whales. Mammals is a key, whales is a value. Like amphibians, amphibians is a frogs, frogs is amphibian. So this is what the key value pair is. So we can see in a dictionary there is a key and values pairs of that programming. So it is widely used in a Python, so we must know it properly. It is a mutable, means if we want to change the mammals, whales to some other, we can easily change it. Tuple. Next and another important data type is your tuple. Tuple is basically data structure that is very similar to list. It is nothing but it is list only, but the different or major difference is that list is mutable data structures, but tuple is your immutable data structure. Means once it formed, once it retained, that's animals, lion, tiger and monkey. If it is a tuple, then you cannot change it. That is what it is, immutables. But difference between tuples and list is that list can be changed anytime, and but tuple is it is a fixed list. We can say when we fix the list, then it may we can say it is a tuples only. Next is set. Set means used to store multiple items in a single variables. That is what the set. Set is the nothing but we can say it stores the multiples item. When we store multiple items, like this is what the variables my set. If my set is my variable, so we can store the multiple item in this set, and that is what we can say in this variables. My set is my variable and we can store many things and so on. So this is what we can say, it stores the multiple item in a single variable. We have single variable like my set only, and so we can say it can be stored in a single variables. That is what the set. Okay, thank you. In next lecture we will see details of your variables in a Pythons, and okay, thank you.